Welcome, 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 welcome. You guys know what I love to do. You guys know how I love to expose them. They got them there waiting. So let me tell you guys something. Right? Okay, bye. Let me do my introduction first. Welcome back to the brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. One of the things that you guys have to understand when it comes to dealing with people who have decided that they're going to target you, again, white women coming in, rolling in the car. I have to say, a lot of white women driving in front of me today, trying in front of me. It's like earlier, the white woman in the SUV waving to me, and this other one here. I look at the patterns, don't really care. Pam came in the house again. She started to do the whole targeting thing, making her hands look. Like earlier I was talking about the woman in the green jacket. How she was making her hand. Like the gay men used to do a lot in the '90s. How they used to walk like it was like a trend, right? You don't see them doing that no more though, right? But now you see a lot of females doing that today, right? So that's to tell you how they can. That shows you how they can transfer trends from men to women, right? So Pam comes home and she says to me, I gotta take my car in to the dealership tomorrow at for 8 o'clock. So I said, okay, that's nice. So of course she's saying that because she wants me to volunteer to spend the night to take Alyssa to school. I said to her, well, Ethan gotta be to school for 7 o'clock, so make sure he leaves at 6:30, and you can take Alyssa to school early. The schools they open at 7:30 because they serve breakfast in school, right? Look at a guy in front, putting his hands, doing the hand signal, right? Look, again, look, hands behind the head. So anyhow, so I said to her, I said, just take her to school at 7:30, right? Or, you can get to the dealership a little bit late. You can take her to school at 7:45, right? You don't get to those places early anyway, And so, so then she says to me, oh, I'm so tired. So I said, Pamela, I don't want to hear it, because if you got to go out after work, you're not tired. If you got some function to go to, you're not tired. I said, but when you come home and you have to, with the kids, and I said, you're not even doing much. All you're doing is make it. If you say you're going to cook, you'll cook and you go straight to bed. If I'm here, I'm the one that's making sure that they bathe. I'm the one that's making sure that they read, they do their homework. I'm the one that's doing that, right? But for some reason, she seems to keep thinking in her head that, we're not in a relationship, okay? And I don't live with you. I'm over here because, again, my concern is for the kids and for you too. And for your health, your mental health. But you don't seem to be worried about that. What you seem to be worried about is all the fun that you're having. And I said to her, I keep telling you, you need to put your kids as a priority. She's like, I do. She's like, I show up for my kids 80% of the time. I said, no, you don't. No, you don't. And then but they always talk about, well, I put a roof over their head, this and that. And I'm like, you're just maintaining. That's what you're doing. Showing up for your kids 80% of the time, meaning that, you put your kids first. Meaning that you make sure that your kids are reading, they're studying, you're getting up to take them to school early, to make sure they get to school on time. That you're not leaving them by themselves all alone at night while you go have your fun. Those things traumatizes children. Okay? It traumatizes children. And it's funny how they keep co-signing each other bullshit. They keep co-signing each other bullshit, not understanding what they're doing to their children, how they are traumatizing their children. Okay, you sure? I said to her, really? I said, is that why they're failing in school? Huh? I said, you went out last night, you stayed out late. Our daughter didn't go to bed until minutes to 11, and she's tired. Right? So what happened? Now she's home sleeping because she's tired. But you show up, you show up for your kids 80% of the time. That's the lie they tell themselves. That's the bullshit they tell themselves, because they ignore the reality. I mean, I remember Ethan was failing last year, but he wasn't the only one, right? And so they gave the kids a chance to go to summer school to pass their classes. And like I said, most of these kids are being raised in household with women are the head of the household. When I went to the graduation, it was a lot of single parent women there. Okay, they had few black children who were there with their mother and their father. You see whole family shows up but no dad. You know, and that I blame the men for that, because you should be at your children's graduation, right? But a lot of times, and like I said, and I don't use my experience, my anecdotal experience, to think that that's the norm, because it's, in terms of what I go through, but it's quite the norm when the majority of black fathers are not in the home, living in the home. Got the ambulance, the fire trucks. They brought up the fire trucks all the way down there, right? When the vast majority of black children in the household with no fathers living there. Oh, look, they turn off. They turn off the. Oh, no, they didn't turn off the lights. There's a car passed in front of me. Yeah, here they go, right? And that's what. And a part of the reason that's why, because they're too busy working and having a good time, right? They're too busy working, and after work they got to go hang out with their friends. And like Sunday we got into an argument, and she was like, "Oh, she's a boss." I said, "How you a boss? Is that a fire truck or ambulance?" Right? I said, "How are you a boss?" I said, "You don't have anybody that you manage under you. You don't have anybody that you regulate work to under you. So you're not a boss." So I sent her the definition of what a boss is. Okay? I literally sent her a definition of what a boss is. Because these toxic mindset is being conditioned into black women, and they can't even see, they can't even recognize it. You see a lot of black women on YouTube talking about how they don't like to bathe. They only bathe once a week, or even once every other week and shit like that. And they're very proud to get on social media and say these things. They are very proud to get on social media and say these things. Another video I've seen, actually there are plenty of them, women talk about body counts don't matter, right? You can sleep with as many persons as you want, but they don't talk about the STDs, right? They don't talk about the trauma of sleeping with so many men, right? And how it inherently affects their ability to pair bond with a long-term partner, right? And how is that? How is that? Look, see the guy in the wheelchair pass by, see the guy in the car, putting his hand behind his head? The disability. So only people like that is disabled? I don't think so. Please stop with the bullshit. Please stop with the bullshit. Okay? Right? I've seen white people who don't even have my injury have on disability and get more disability than I do. Right? I've seen white people on golf courses living in houses, right, that are receiving food stamps and are getting more food stamps than black women in America. So please, okay? And these are white men too. So they're not just white women. All right? So please stop with the bullshit. So anyway, right? As I was saying, so yeah, and they don't and also the psychological trauma of having so many sexual partners. That when you get into a relationship or you get married, and all of the excitement dies down, because it will die down. It will. It has to. They're constantly thinking about not old men, but past sexual experience that they've had with other men. Right? And what happens? What happens? They end up thinking about those, and they end up cheating, or they end up getting divorced, because now the relationship is boring and it's stale, and they don't want to do anything to improve their relationship, but it's always on the man, right? And they don't even understand that. She don't even understand that. And I try to tell her these things, and it's like, whatever, I say, okay, hey, you stay good and you stay always catching STDs, then hey, what can I say? I mean, do you know that within the black community, black women are diagnosed the most with STDs? And not also that, but most black women, I say most, but a lot of them are asymptomatics, right? That's why the vast majority of children that are born who have congenital syphilis or gonorrhea are birthed from black women, right? Because on top of that, a lot of them don't want to go get STD tests. A lot of them, and even their doctors don't even give them STD tests, right? So that goes to show you how these white races are operating, where if they were white women, they would give them STD tests automatically, right? If you're pregnant and you're about to give birth, what have you, you should be getting STD tests. You should be so concerned about your child that you're going to give birth to that you go get STD tests, you go get an HIV test. But a lot of black women in our community don't do that. Go do it. Let's look at Houston, the recent outbreak of syphilis and gonorrhea, and where it tells you Houston, have the highest rate of black women in America today that have STDs. Okay, and on college campuses, you have young black females on college campuses having relationships with bisexual men, open relationship with bisexual men, right? And again, these are statistical facts. I'm not making this up, all right? So when she come in and try to tell me that she show up for kids 80% of the time, and I'm looking at the reality, and you don't show up for kids, look at your house. You should be concerned and care about your kids' mental health, that you don't have them living in the condition that you have them living in. And this is why for years I've been telling them, go and get therapy. Go and get psychotherapy. They're all out with the noise today. They're all out with the noise today. Right? So yeah. So now they're going to use you see all these white people coming around here? Right? Start walking. Because they, I talk about the ethnic targeting. Yeah. Got the ambulance show up there. It's funny. Damn clown ass motherfuckers. Yeah. Right? Because I want you to understand how this system is when it comes to us as black men, how they manipulate our women. And this is why we have such a steep divide between black men and black women. But you don't see that in any other community. But these dumbass Negropeans don't even look at that. They don't even look at the reality. Don't even look at the children, of the negative outcome of their children. Okay, as a whole. Talking about, and then she says to me, my kids are going to be all right. I said, how are they going to be all right? How are they going to be all right if you don't pay attention to them? How are they going to be all right? And most of the time you abandon them mentally. You abandon them educationally. How are they going to be all right? How are they going to be all right? My son already failed his first period class because he's been missing, he's been absent from it so many times. Now there's no way he can pass it. He gets to school so late that he misses his first period class. Right? But her kids are going to be all right. Like, really. Unbelievable. And you're not going to try to manipulate me into staying, and then you go have your fun during the week and have your kids home by themselves. And now that you're tired, all of a sudden you're trying to manipulate me to stay. Not working.
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh boy, oh girl. Yeah, not working. See the shit that they do now? All right? They talk about like I'm a boy. Fuck out of here. I'm a man. I'm a stair man. I ain't gonna let y'all motherfuckers try to manipulate me either.